But if I switch to this,
This is your
I think
7.
7, I think this might answer some questions.
Okay. First of all, you need to first analyze your ball flight and pick it apart. And then once you find the piece of that ball flight that you want to alter, then you look at then you identify the laws of physics that cause that, and then you fix that. You fix the laws of physics by changing something you're doing. You don't start with your swing, you start with that. What's the ball doing that I want to change? Once you say, okay, I want to change that, okay, that is caused by what happened during that 4 microseconds of the club and ball meeting each other. You have to change that law of physics and motion that existed in those 4 microseconds if you want to change that. You can't change that unless you change your swing. So you have to make sure that we're in the proper sequence. If you hit every shot, great. If you hit every shot perfect, it doesn't make any difference what you're doing. Yeah, okay, you can say, well, my swing doesn't look like I want it to look. Well, I don't care if the ball looks like I want it to look. I'm certainly a proponent of draws. I like draws. And they're more efficient transfer. Let's say you set up square perpendicular to this, or you set up to this line, the starting line, and your ball starts out slightly to the right and ends up too far right. That would mean your path was too far in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So this face and this path produces this result.
Yes.
According from your setup.
Yes.
Now, I can pull this line, this endpoint closer to the yellow stick if I change my grip.
Yes.
The difference from this angle difference, and if we make that angle smaller,
Yes.
then this will come in a little bit more, but it may not be enough.
Yes.
So you have done something to help get this ball started more here, and you didn't work on your path. You still have a problem with the path being too far out and in, but because of the grip change, you did minimize the problem.
Yes.
You reduced the problem, and you start having a few better shots as this got pulled closer. But I don't really see your face angle as the big culprit here.
Probably do.
It's this here.
Yes.
That if we could get this path to the right of where your face is,
Yes.
then we have this. Because now the ball will start here. It's a very small difference between path and face. They'll start on this line. And because it's a small difference, it'll have a small curve to the left and end up back on target.
Okay.
So that is the draw, what we call a push draw, because in order to draw back to your target, you would need to start it to the right. So having I would tend to say if you wanted to make a quantum leap in improving your shot pattern, you would have to change the path of your swing and not worry too much about the face. The right side of my body is going up high, but my left side is going down.
Yes.
Now, if they both come up,
Yes.
if this,
So in the backswing, I'm okay because that knee's coming down towards
I want to
toe.
flex here and extend here, and the feel, if I'm focused on what this feels like, it feels like I'm coming up on the right side, which is
That's okay.
That's okay.
But on the downswing, does this knee swing?
See, that's where you've identified the exact part of the machine. Your swing machine is that your left knee goes back during the transition of this loop. Instead of going left toward the target. When you go towards the target, your hands follow, you may have heard the phrase, drop down into the slot. That comes from this. It's a lateral movement. It's not a hip turn. If someone were to ask me, Tom, what can I do with my swing to absolutely guarantee a goal? The more you can get on your left side, the more out you'll have. The less you get on,
too much on the left side?
let's say no right now. Okay? experienced the too much. Then I'll say it's too much. So if you were going to have a swing thought, it's get to the left side on the downswing. Get your left hip way over there.
Yep.
And we've done those impact drills where you preset and stay there. I didn't even get on my foot. I'm basically a one-legged golfer.
Yep.
I'm just kind of stabilizing myself a little bit.
Right.
And I'm going to take a backswing and keep that same position.
Huh.
I can't do anything but that with this drill.
That would be interesting.
Can you? That's the first non-fade.
Yes. Right there.
That's the best you've hit today.
You know what?
You're missing some good ones. It was a straight pull.
It was a straight pull.
But,
Wow.
but here's what is absolutely factual. Based on that ball flight, I know the face and path lines are very close to each other. Most of them have had a small little draw. Some of them have been almost dead straight. But you have reduced the distance between these two to the ball. In other words, the center point of my new position, my circle, the center of my circle is moved to the left.
Yes.
My contact is pointing back here, which is to the right of the center point, and therefore my radius from here to here is here, and therefore my tangent's here, which means I'm heading out.
Yes. Yes,
That
you are.
that was
And you didn't really move your head. You just moved your center mass.
my center mass. I have 90% of my weight here, even though my head's still here.
And if that's what I'm doing when I'm doing this drill,
That's right.
then that's
When you don't move enough to the left, and you keep your center point back here, your tangent, your most outward point of your arc is going to be behind the golf ball. And now when you make contact, your tangent point is this. So by doing this, or by forcing it to be ahead of the ball to begin with, you automatically create the geometry that can't do anything but swing out.
out to him.
You were doing out to him.
Yes.
Mainly because you did not, it's because in your backswing you moved too much to the right. So your low point got to here, which means your tangent at this point is to the left. And you might have moved it up a little bit, but you didn't move it up enough, and so your low point of your arc was behind the golf ball. We're presetting our low point in front of the ball, and we're not letting it move. That guarantees that we're going to have an outward pass. Guarantees it.
You're right. Yeah.
If you keep your weight on your left foot and you keep that your center point of your circle here, you cannot. It'll be very difficult for you to even think about slicing the ball or fading the ball. Very nice, and that's just super solid. You're just basically going to do a pure turn. Very nice. That had to have felt good.
It did. It was solid and good.
1 year from today, this cannot be an issue about you swaying to the right. Cannot be an issue. You can play a really good golf without those 34. Phenomenal. Very nice. Little baby draw. High draw. Just kind of recap what we've done. We started out with a very healthy discussion about identifying the problem. What's the ball doing we don't like? What must the club be doing if the ball caused that? And we identified that we have an out to in, and that we wanted to change that to an in to out. The reason you were having difficulty having an in to out is because you did not control the low point of your swing, and then you let the low point of your swing get behind the golf ball because you didn't properly move your weight in front of the ball. So we needed to develop a feel for that. So what does it feel like to have our weight on the front-footed impact? We did drills, what we call impact drills, where you basically all your weight was here with just a little bit of a stable point here, and you hit a lot of balls, and from the very first ball, you hit probably 25 balls from the drill. And there's only maybe 2 out of the 25 that did not have this pattern. And those 2 were those that you fell back a little bit. But it's impossible it's not impossible to hit it to the right, but it is impossible to have an out to in when you do this drill. So if you want to have an in to out path, this drill will automatically give it to you.